enjoyable, and thank you for doing the interview with us.
Hi, it's okay. It's a pleasure to meet you.
So, firstly, I'd like to ask, where did the inspiration for the existing footage at the opening scene for 28 Days Later, where did that come from, the inspiration for it?
I think that was incorporated as, obviously that was first incorporated to give the audience a feel of what the film was going to be like, the tone of it, in terms of chaos and panic, and it really gave a really effective introduction to the audience through that. And secondly, I think it gave off a very political message, because the actual infected, or zombies as everyone seems to be calling them now, I've just kind of substituted to using that word, they're very chaotic and angry and running around and killing, and the people in the footage are not actually infected, they're just normal everyday people that are being chaotic, and it kind of builds, it broadens the very little contrast that there is actually between us and them, and it makes a very political statement about humanity in general.
Yeah, thank you. In terms of lighting and sound, what are you most proud of in the opening scenes?
Oh, obviously the use of dark lighting, you know, to establish it as a horror. But also, I was particularly proud of the use of the orange alarm lighting and the white flash photography. The white flash photography and the fact that it kind of shocked the audience, so it was jumpy. And the orange alarm lighting I found particularly effective because it gave the audience a real sense of alarm, and emphasised the kind of panic that was ensuing during the plot line.
How difficult was it to film the empty city? Because obviously it was like middle of London.
Oh yes. No, actually it wasn't. It was a gruelling process at first because it was organising everything. But no, the mayor and the Prime Minister and all the road workers and the police, and they're all so cooperative. It was fantastic, and it did take a long time, especially to direct the traffic and drown out the noise and everything. But I think in the end it really worked, and it really helped, and it made the film very iconic.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you could improve on anything in the opening, though, what would you improve on?
I'd get a better actor for the lead. No, I'm joking. Cillian's fantastic. No, I don't think really there was much I could improve on. I think, to be honest, I put across everything I wanted to say, especially like through the props and the acting, obviously, and the lighting and the sound. I think I got all the messages I wanted to get through to the audience rather effectively. So I don't think there's anything I could change if I went back.
Was it a difficult decision to work with the monkeys, and did it take a lot of careful planning with them scenes?
No, decision-wise, the monkeys were quite easy to find because we had the local zoo, and the zookeepers were absolutely fantastic with us. They were like, yeah, just take the monkeys. But no, they were so well trained, and they were so good. They were fantastic. In fact, the one bit where the monkey jumps on her and bites her, that monkey wasn't jumping up at all. It was actually hugging her. They were very pleasant. There was the one monkey that was strapped down, which we obviously had to take that very quickly, so as not to cause any discomfort to the monkey. But yeah, other than that, it was absolutely fantastic.
And how did the filming of the naked man at the beginning scene, how did that affect your intended audience? Is there anything you needed to reconsider during filming that scene?
No. Cillian was fine with getting his tackle out. But I hope I'm allowed to use that word, aren't I, tackle?
Yeah, I think so.
He was absolutely fine with it, and in terms of it didn't bring up any controversy, obviously, because we've had naked people on film before, and I think it was really good because it kind of introduced the audience freshly to the storyline in terms of he's naked and he's got no, and it's kind of a metaphor for him not having any baggage and any awareness of what's going on. He's like a baby reborn into the world, and he doesn't really know what's going on, and that allowed the audience to sort of relate to his character better, I felt.
Yeah. What genre would you think that the opening suggests without having seen the rest of the film?
I'd say a political thriller, in terms of its statements about politics and stereotypes, and like with the activists breaking in and the lab technicians, and who's bad and who's good, and you don't really know, and slash horror, obviously, because it's very scary, rah, you know.
Well, we have a question leading from that. Is at the beginning with the shaky camera movements when the monkeys are attacking, was that like intended? What was like the idea behind that?
I think it was basically to emphasise to the audience the idea of panic, and to really immerse them into the drama that was taking place, and make them feel scared more than anything. But and obviously to act as a first-person shot to different people in the room and the monkeys themselves. So I think it was very effective in that sense.
We have one final question. Was it intentional to make the blood infected at the start, or was it just the effect of the lighting?
At first it wasn't intentional, but it was discovered throughout the filming, and we went back and we had a look at it, and we filmed it again because it was so effective. And yeah, I think it was very effective in terms of the fact that it showed the infection more, and I'm really glad we found it, to be honest. Even though it's a really small, trivial detail, it made it a whole lot better. So yeah.
Oh, thank you for your time. Yeah, that's all of it. Thank you.